What's up guys, it's Endymion, and it's been a minute since I've made a Dragon Age lore video, hasn't it? I've been too busy pumping out Mass Effect content, but don't worry, I haven't forgotten about the fantastical land of Thedas. Today I want to talk about my favorite race within the Dragon Age mythos, who they are, what they could be, and where they could go in Dragon Age's future. Of course, spoilers for all things Dragon Age, and now let's begin talking about the horned behemoths themselves, the Qunari. The Qunari are a race of giant humanoids, with members of the Qunari race being usually depicted as having massive ox-like horns. While some Qunari can be born without horns, it's considered obviously to be extremely rare. And if this happens, the hornless born Qunari are usually trained to be emissaries to other races for political reasons. The Qunari's past is shrouded in a lot of mystery. There's wild theories out there that the Qunari could be elves that got experimented on by magisters way back in the founding days of civilization, and another that Qunari are humanoid dragons. But there's possibly some truth to both of these that I will explore further in this video. The Qunari are also largely considered to be the most technologically advanced race out of the other races of Thedas. The Qunari have advanced medicine, weaponry, such as their dreadnought warships, and even have aqueducts built into their various cities. Things other races haven't even begun to figure out yet to the same extent. The Qunari society is based around the concept, as we know anyway, similar to that of a beehive. Every Qunari born is evaluated and assigned a role for them to excel in from as early as 12 years old, and there are even roles within their society that is usually exclusive based on the individual's gender. Qunari society can be looked at as a body in a sense, with different factions within their culture making up the different parts of a unified body in a sense. The mind of Qunari society is led by the Argina, which is linked to Qunari innovation and craftsmanship. This role is exclusively led, to my knowledge anyway, by female-born Qunari. The soul of the Qunari body is led by the Arakun, which can be either gender, and the body is led by the Arashok, which oversees the military might of the Qunari and is exclusively led by a male Qunari. Of course, it is said that there can be a female that can technically become Arashok, or a male being the Argina, but the likelihood of this happening over the traditional staples is pretty slim at best. Overall, the entirety of Qunari society is largely structured in that every part of the unified Qunari body, in a sense, is operating at their intended peaks, and all of the Qunari work is one to achieve the sole goal of advancing and strengthening their race. The Qunari also don't even really use currency or get married. Their society instead sees sex as a means to procreate in order to make more Qunari for more tasks within the body. And instead of hoarding coin amongst themselves, the Qunari simply provision and distribute what is required to each member of society so they can excel, which is a foreign concept, I'm sure, to us. The Qunari are also so powerful and dangerous that they've had not one, but two exalted marches sent against them to stop them from conquering basically everything. If you don't know, an exalted march is basically a holy crusade by the Chantry Church. So, yeah, the church doesn't like the Qunari. Anyway, now that you're somewhat caught up on who these Horned Devils are, it's time for the theory. A popular fan theory is that the Qunari are actually not a biologically born race in the sense that their origins are not natural, but instead that the Qunari are in fact another race that was combined with the DNA of dragons. So let's get into that, and this part obviously there could be things that are wrong, but hey, it's a theory, so let's go along with it. It's theorized by the fan base that the Qunari were originally elves that were captured by the Tevinter Magisters and experimented on and were infused with the blood of dragons, resulting in the elves that were subjugated to this to become massive in size, grow giant horns, and, well, become Qunari basically. So is there any weight to this theory? Sort of. For starters, the Qunari and the elves both have pointy ears. On top of that, it's stated by Corypheus, the main villain of Dragon Age Inquisition, that under the circumstances that you're playing a Qunari Inquisitor, that Corypheus comments saying that your race is not a race, but a mistake, which is a very interesting thing specifically said by a Tevinter Magister themselves, who would have technically been there when the Qunari were being made in the first place, since Corypheus is one of the original Tevinter Magisters that created the Darkspawn. Not only that, but another inkling of evidence towards this theory is the in-game warrior class called Reaver. In Dragon Age Inquisition, if you play a warrior, later on you get to choose a specialization. One of these is a Reaver. It's sort of like a Dark Knight in terms of Final Fantasy, where you basically sacrifice your own HP in order to dish out massive damage, and the closer you are to dying yourself, the more powerful your attacks. It's a risk-reward thing. I love this class. Anyway, in order to become a Reaver, the Inquisitor will have to drink dragon blood, which is a prerequisite to unlock the ferocity and power that the Reaver specialization excels in. However, one of your teammates in the game is the Iron Bull, the big lovable Qunari with an eye patch, is also a Reaver, but Bull even says that in order for him to become a Reaver, he never had to drink any dragon blood. Instead, he just did it through training. So in a sense, being a Reaver and using that for Iron Bull because he was a Qunari, it just came naturally to him. Which I mean would make sense if you are, part dragon to begin with. No need to chug the lizard blood if you're part lizard yourself, right? And going even deeper into the rabbit hole, if you have your other teammate Cassandra, who I romance, totally not related to this video, but going on, Cassandra comes from Navarra, a place known for its dragon hunters. And Cassandra talks about how her relatives who hunted dragons would obviously come into contact with the blood of dragons. And because of this, her family would have weird side effects resulting in increased rage, bloodlust, and savagery due to their direct contact with the blood of dragons. This all ties into the Qunari in that the Iron Bull himself also remarks that the religious text that the Qunari follow in their daily lives, which is called the Qun, was likely created in the first place to bring order and stability to the Qunari people to help their race come to terms with and control their dragon-infused bodies. And without the Qunari would simply become bloodthirsty savages, constantly looking to kill others because the dragon blood would naturally make them do that. So are the Qunari dragon people? In my opinion, I would like to say yes. Obviously, it's not 100% confirmed, but the giant body, dragon-horned, elven-shaped eared people don't exactly make a compelling case for me to not suspect that some of them is indeed that. The whole Tevinter experimenting on the Qunari and creating them, that part's really interesting, because we need to remember that it was the old gods that whispered into the minds of the ancient humans that led to the humans being able to wield magic in the first place. And not only that, but the humans who began wielding magic became the Tevinter Magisters, who in turn opened the path to the Maker's realm, which led to the Darkspawn being made, which then led to the Darkspawn feeling compelled to seek out the graves of the old gods, which the Maker apparently buried on purpose, and then those old gods got corrupted and became archdemons in the form of a dragon of all things. And then you're telling me that these same Tevinter Magisters may have in secret used the blood of dragons and used elven slaves to inadvertently create humanoid giant dragon-infused people? Are the Qunari the result of Dumat, the god of silence? I'll have to look into that in a future video. For now, the Qunari stand as one of the most compelling races within the lands of Thedas. In terms of the future, I think the whole Dumat Dragontide thing will definitely play into Dragon Age's futures. There's no way that's just a coincidence. But for now, that's the video on the Horned Chads known as the Qunari. What do you think of them? Where do you think they came from, or they could go from here? Let me know in the comments below. Are they dragon-infused elves, or are they just big humanoids that came from somewhere? Let me know. And if you like Dragon Age or Mass Effect, I got plenty of content on the channel. And I also have an official Discord server that is free to join. Link is in the description box below. Please like and subscribe to help a new YouTuber out. And I'm ENDYMION. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.